So excited to do a little cozy sketchbook video with you guys today. I took this picture of this frog. He lives outside my parents' house. He guards it. We have known him for years and he just looks so majestic, and I thought he deserves a place in my sketchbook. So that is what we are doing today. So go ahead and grab some art supplies, light a candle, snuggle up on the couch, get cozy, whatever you want to do. I'm gonna make some art and I'm gonna chat with you guys and just tell you a little bit more about me and my art and what, inspired me to start making these videos and following my dream of running an art business. So the funny thing is, I never really thought of myself as an artist, and most days I still feel weird calling myself that. I know that's ironic because you're literally watching a video of me painting right now. Granted, it's not a very good video. You can see I put my camera on my right side and I am right-handed, so every time I go to paint, you really can't see what I'm doing. But you know what? Hey, I'm learning. I'm new to this whole recording videos thing, so it's a learning process, and one day I will be able to look back on this and laugh. But I figured it was just time for me to do an art vlog where I sat down with my sketchbook and we just did some art together. And honestly, it always comes back to these little art journals for me, because that's kind of how my whole story starts. Because last February, I was laid off from my full-time job. I was doing graphic design work at an agency, and I didn't see it coming, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I didn't have any work. I was doing freelance work on the side. I still do freelance work today, and I didn't want to sit at home and do nothing but scroll on my phone. So I picked up my art journals and I said, it doesn't matter what I make. It doesn't matter if it's bad. It doesn't matter if it's ugly. I just have to make something. I need to do something that's not sit on phone, scroll, watch videos. You know what I mean? So I picked up my art journals and I started doing anything that I could think of. And for the most part, a lot of it was really simple to start. I would take out my watercolor paints and I would just doodle lines. I would sketch random things that I could think of. It was really just a lifeline for me. But as the months went by, I kept up with the art journal and I started getting more creative for the first time in a really long time. I started having more ideas of things that I wanted to do. I started having fun with it again. And it kind of just really opened my eyes of like, hey, wow, I haven't felt creative in a really long time in this way, and I love doing this. So I just kept doing it. And I'm here a year and a half later, and I have actually almost finished this sketchbook that you see here. At the end of this video, I only have 2 pages left, which I can't believe because I bought this sketchbook back in April or March, I think, back in March. Which is just so crazy to me because I thought it was going to be my sketchbook for the whole rest of the year, and I've almost finished it and it's the middle of August. So that's really cool. So I basically have these 2 sketchbooks that are nearly full of art, and I would flip through it and be like, man, I love these so much, and I feel like other people love them too. I would show them to my friends and they're like, oh, I'm obsessed with that one's my favorite. Oh, that one's so cute. And somewhere along the way, I started thinking, what if I gave this whole art business thing another try? Because I work 2 jobs right now. I have a part-time job. I do my freelance graphic design work still. But there's just always been something in me that still wanted to do my own art business. And all of a sudden I found myself in a place where I have all of this art already made, and I never made it with the intention to sell it. I made it with the intention to make something that is colorful and fun and full of joy and creative and also silly and goofy, and it's okay if it's not all perfect. Truthfully, the whole point of these sketchbooks is to make art and not care if it turns out good. It is to make art for the point of making art. It is to make bad art even. And honestly, as I was painting this frog, I was like, oh, this is gonna be one of the bad ones for sure. This is not turning out how I hope. It's gonna be like silly and goofy, and it's not gonna be very good. But in the end, I do think I turned it around. It turned out cute. But basically, I found myself with these sketchbooks full of art that I really, really loved, and I wanted to share it with more people. And not even just the art, because frankly, like I said, like at least half of the art is not that good. That's the whole point of these sketchbooks, is to not care if all of the art is good. What I want to share with people is the feeling that it gives me, and I feel creative again for the first time in a really, really long time. I feel like I'm an artist, which I never used to say. I would be like, oh, I'm just a graphic designer. I just deal with images and text and, Photoshop, whatever. I'm not an artist. I'm not an illustrator. I don't draw. I would say that for years. I would tell people this, but, the whole time I had these skills and I just wasn't using them. And I don't know, maybe it sounds silly, but I could have used a reminder that it is okay to make art just for art's sake. It is okay to be silly, to make weird art, to make bad art. Emphasis on making bad art, because I think that's kind of what was holding me back all those years. I felt like if you weren't making things that were perfect and that could be posted online and people would be obsessed with them and you'd get all these likes and all these followers and whatever, that's the goal. But it's so silly, but like I forgot that's not the goal actually. That's not the goal. And it's okay to make art just for art's sake and to not monetize it. The things that you see in this video, I'm not gonna try and sell these. These were just for fun. And that's why I'm making this video, is to inspire other people to have fun with their art again. Just be playful and don't care if it turns out perfect. Don't care what other people think. Because at the end of the day, you can log off the internet and all of it goes away. None of it matters anymore. All that matters is that you're making things. They don't even have to be good. You can hate them. That is okay, actually. That's an option. And I feel like the internet it makes people forget that that's even an option. So that's why I want to share my story, and that's why I want to share my art with you guys, because these sketchbooks reminded me of all of that. I started working on these really completely offline. My goal was never to post this online, but as I kept making different things and getting new ideas and getting better, I was like, man, I really want other people to know what this feels like. I want to remind other people what it's like to be creative again. If you're in that place too, and these days the world is so messed up, but you can log off. You can just make things just for fun. It doesn't have to be painting. You can crochet, you can knit, you can do paper crafts, anything you can think of, just to get in touch with your creativity again. It's worth it. And that is my goal with this channel, is I want to inspire other people to be creative and give you guys ideas of ways you can do that and inspire you to get in touch with your creativity like I have. By the way, I hope you've been enjoying watching me paint this frog in the background. I am kind of getting near the end. I'm adding some final touches, and I'm gonna go in and do his little face and some final details. And I think I'm just gonna stop yapping for a moment and let you guys enjoy the vibes. So here I am adding some final touches to my painting. I thought this was just the last little bit that it needed and I was gonna let it dry. So I texted my friend a picture and she loves frogs. So I was like, oh, you simply have to see this immediately. And she said, oh, he's so regal. And I was like, wait, should I add a crown? And she's like, a little crown never hurt anybody. So I was texted her, I was like, I'm doing it now, hold on. So I had to go back and I had to give him a crown because that's honestly the perfect way to finish off this painting. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Like I said, he's the frog that guards my parents' house, and if I could give him a crown in real life, I would, because he does a great job at what he does, guarding their house and making sure no flies get in their front door. But this really just brought the whole thing together. It was a perfect finishing touch. I love it so much. Then another friend recommended that he needs a long white beard, and I was like, that is a genius idea. I'm doing that immediately. So here I am doing that. And then it was just time for me to clean up while I waited for it to actually finish drying this time. If you thought I was done, you would be wrong, because I actually wanted to do another page in my sketchbook. I told you guys I was at my parents' house recently, and while I was there was this butterfly in the backyard that would not leave me alone, and I was obsessed with it. It was just fluttering around, so I took a few pictures. It was really hard to capture, but I want to draw this butterfly, which is crazy for me because, like I said, I don't feel like I'm that good at drawing, and also I want to draw it in pen because I've never done that before, and I want to challenge myself, and we're gonna see how it turns out. I chose these kind of felt tip pens and I'm just going for it. So I am gonna let you guys sit back, relax, and enjoy this one. If you are doing some cozy crafts along with me or doing some art as well, drop a comment, let me know. I wanna know what you're working on. But I'm gonna just let you enjoy the vibes on this one. Hello, hello! You've made it to the end of the video. If you're still watching at this point, I just want to say a big thank you because probably a lot of people have dropped off by now, and the ones that are still watching, you guys are the real ones and you mean so much to me. So thank you for watching and sticking around to the end of the video. I had so much fun doing a cozy little art evening. I love what I made. This butterfly drawing page, it's so weird and cute and I love it. It's definitely not the best drawing of a butterfly ever to exist, but you know what? I had fun drawing it and that's all that matters. And then this one, King Frog. Are you kidding me? He's ridiculous. I love him. Oh my gosh, this turned out way sillier than I expected, but I'm obsessed. It's so cute. I'm really excited to keep making these videos and keep documenting my journey. I have a lot of really exciting plans for September, which is going to be here so soon. And if you're enjoying this video, it would mean the world to me if you would give it a like, because YouTube really appreciates it when videos get likes. And drop a comment. Let me know which page is your favorite. I have a feeling I know which one's gonna be the winner, but let me know. And with that, I am gonna call it quits for the night, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!